Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. This is going to be your Venus in retrograde reading. You guys are going first because you guys have been rocking it. And this is a huge thank you for all of your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, and your comments on the full moon in Scorpio reading. So if you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. But I just wanted to send a huge thank you and a warm virtual hug to all of my Leos, my wonderful lions out there who've been supporting this channel. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of background information. I'm not an astrologer, but I've been digging up some information about Venus in Gemini, and this happened from April 3rd to April 7th. And on May 13th through June 25th for this reading is when Venus goes retrograde in Gemini. So sweet Venus entered fun, flirty, information-oriented, cerebral Gemini. So we suddenly are getting, great clarity on what will make us happy, and it's a sort of fun and effervescent energy that we're in with Venus in Gemini. It's lighthearted. It's a more cerebral approach to love rather than this passionate, intense physical attraction. It's really what's turning us on is what thrills our minds at this time. Now, this specific reading is from May 13th through June 25th when Venus is going retrograde, and we're going to feel like issues regarding love and money may stagnate or they're drying up. We may feel as though we have insurmountable challenges in our relationships. We might have old loves resurfacing for healing and closure. So it doesn't necessarily mean they'll be coming back to, to be your forever, but they might be contacting you because they need a sense of closure or that you need some sort of healing to take place regarding this relationship. And if you do experience some tension, during this time, it's really the reason for it is to help you gain some perspective. So without further ado, sorry for the long introduction, but just a little background. This reading is from May 13th through June 25th, Gemini in going retrograde. Venus going retrograde in Gemini, and this is for my Leos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. So let's go ahead and invite spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, and our spirit guides to this space to deliver the messages that Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs need to hear from May 13th through June 25th. May 13th through June 25th. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, May 13th through June 25th. All right, Leos. Nice. Okay. So yeah, it definitely looks like somebody is going to be messaging you about love. It may be a past love or lover coming back to you. You've got the Four of Wands. It could be twin flame or soulmate energy, or that's maybe what you're thinking. So really it's important that you're discerning. Remember, Gemini is about chatty. It's about figuring out what it is you really truly want. What is it that really truly makes you happy? Your overall energy is the Four of Pentacles. There's a need to release something. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. It could be a person. It could be an idea. It could be the way that you give and receive love. It may need that you need to give a little to get a little bit more in return. You get the Hanged Man energy, Piscean energy, so a shift in perspective. Some of you might have been making this shift internally, but now it's time to bring that about consciously, okay? Queen of Wands in reverse, fire energy. Queen of Wands in reverse can sometimes be my card of the other woman. So this could be somebody that either put you in a third-party situation Or it could be that there's somebody out there, the person that you're dealing with has another person. But it doesn't necessarily mean that. The Queen of Wands can also be somebody who's coming back in a humble fashion, because the Wands energy, you know, the King and the Queen, they're very, very confident. It's that fire energy. They're charismatic. But when they're in the reverse, they can either be crazy, you know, throwing things, you know, I'm going to light your house on fire type energy. Please don't anybody do that. Or it can be a sense of humility. So somebody might be coming back to you with their tail in between their legs, Leo. That's a real possibility. The way that you're showing up as the Hierophant, this is Taurian energy. You might have that in your chart. You just might be exhibiting these qualities. But the Hierophant is also a card of marriage. And that's why for some of you, that Queen of Wands I was picking up on might be a third party situation. Some of you might be in separation. Some of you might be divorced. Again, this could speak to this really intense energy that I see coming back to you as an apology. Somebody coming back more humble, wanting to apologize to you. Now, what's in your surroundings, though, is this Capricorn energy. And Capricorn energy is the devil. The devil card is, you know, spelled backwards, spells lived. So it's about your life experiences, someone who hasn't held back. Now, oftentimes it can indicate that there's some sort of addiction or there's some sort of codependency here, which, you know, you'll know in your heart if that resonates with your current situation or with this past love. So when somebody does come back to you, okay, and especially if it's that Queen of Wands energy, when somebody does come back to you, take a look and see, have they come back for healing and closure, or have they come back because they couldn't, you know, they couldn't, because they are codependent. And if that's the case, you'll know it. You'll be able to sniff it out right away, Leo. But the devil energy can also, when I'm seeing it with this Four of Wands and this Eight of Wands energy, God, there's so much fire in this reading, which doesn't surprise me, but it can also be an uncontrollable magnetic connection, okay, that feels like, it feels like you're addicted to this person. That's what it's going to feel like, especially any intimacy that you have with this person. But what's blocking you, Leo, is the High Priestess energy. Now, this could be Pisces energy. Some of you are definitely dealing with a Pisces, because I get that with the Neptunian card of the Hanged Man and the High Priestess. It could just be a water sign. But the High Priestess is your intuition. So either you can sort of sense that there's something off about this connection or about this message or about this person coming back to you. And maybe it's somebody that you had, that you had this intense connection with, and it was hard to break it the first time around or the second time around. It might be off and on as well. But there's some sort of secrecy that's holding you back. There's something that you don't know, or maybe you can sense, you can't put your finger on it, but you can sense that, there's something, your intuition is sort of going off, but you're not able to sort of harness it and get a clear-cut picture of what it is, okay? Now, for not all of you is this going to be a returning partner. For some of you, it's going to be somebody brand new that you're meeting. And if you're getting the little hairs on the back of your neck standing up, or if you're getting these little red flags that were previously you might have ignored them, Spirit's saying don't, because there's something here that somebody's keeping from you, or you don't have the whole picture, okay? So again, it could be if you're meeting somebody on social media, that they're just showing you the stuff they want you to see, but not the reality and the truth of who they really are. Now, the foundation is the Eight of Wands. This is something that, that you've wanted. It may be something that you've been trying to manifest. I mean, this is twin flame, soulmate energy. Maybe you've been trying to reconcile with somebody, but it's really important for you to take a look and see, we're constantly manifesting, and sometimes we manifest things and we evolve past it, and they come in and we're kind of like, well, we didn't really want that anymore, or it's no longer for our highest good, okay? So Spirit really wants you to make that decision and really, really trust your intuition. Do what's necessary to align yourself with your inner wisdom, whether that's prayer or meditation, Leo, because that's going to be really big. The Nine of Wands is in your recent past. This is the wounded warrior. This is your energy. You've been through a lot. Maybe you've been through a lot with this person, right? And that means the decision is up to you. You might be on a timeout. You might be taking a break, okay? And again, that's why I see maybe that this apology is coming back in, or maybe an offer, but you have to be really discerning. Is this a true offer? Is it for healing and for closure, or is it to start it up again? But check and see if there's codependency here or anything toxic, or if if it's for your highest good. Is it really what you want? Because, you know, as Venus entered into Gemini, you know, we're getting a lot of clarity about, you know, what makes us happy, what will make us happy. And it might not be just a passionate relationship, you know, especially if we're, you know, if we're younger, or what doesn't matter what age we are, you know, it's always good advice to fall in love with somebody that you love to talk to, because once beauty goes away, once the sex and the passion goes away, what do you have? Right? And if it doesn't go beyond that, if it's a superficial relationship, or if it's based on sex or intimacy, or if it's based on, you know, the party, because there are a lot of people who meet their partners at a party or at happy hour. And if you take that away, especially if somebody's dealing with codependency issues or alcohol or drugs, you take that away. Do you still really like that person, that authentic person that you're with? And that can be vice versa. So again, up to you, Leo. You're strong. You've been through a lot. I can see that you're on a break. You're just trying to figure out, you know, where you go next. Do you want to jump into another relationship? Are you going to accept this person's apology or their offering? But what you're thinking about is the Four of Wands. This is being grateful for everything that you have. I love these two doves up there. This is about peace. This is about purity. This is about, you know, this is when it just feels right. This is when you know. When things are too difficult, Leo, they're too difficult. Okay, if it's a new connection or even if it's an older connection, I'm not saying give up on anything just because it's hard, but you will know. Do you want to do this again? Do you want another go? Or, you know, because like when two people love each other unconditionally, and it's that real, that soulmate energy, you know, things aren't always, it's not to say that things are always going to be perfect. And I just got a really loud ringing in my left ear, says we're on the right track, but you know, things aren't always going to be perfect. Things aren't always going to be easy, but there's also a fine line between that and being really too difficult. And that's a big red flag. You know, if you guys are fighting all the time in the first couple of weeks, or if you guys are really at each other's throats, you know, you need to trust your intuition, and not trusting your intuition is a block here, ignoring any red flags that you might be seeing. The Four of Wands, so is beautiful energy. It's about marriage. So again, we have the Hierophant in reverse, which would indicate divorce or separation. But you're thinking about union. So maybe it's you who wants to come in with an apology and rekindle a relationship or reconcile with somebody, because it's definitely on your mind and it's coming from above. And this is being grateful for what you have. This is being happy, feeling safe, the importance of feeling, you know, safe physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally with your partner. Your outcome energy, Page of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. It's a younger energy. It could be a message. It could be a love offering. It could also be an apology, but you really do want to check and see if this person is sincere, because it's only a page. It's not a knight, and it's definitely not a queen or a king. Okay, so this is somebody, might be starting a new journey in love. You might be saying goodbye to the old. You only want to usher in sort of a new life of happiness and, you know, where things are healthier for you. Things are more lighthearted, more easy, like that Gemini energy, flirty, fun, somebody you like to laugh and talk with, rather than somebody who's kind of pulling you down into the depths, you know, even if there was a lot of physical and passion and intimacy there. So let's go ahead and pull some additional cards for my dearest Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs from May 13th through June 25th. And it's funny because I have this like very chatty, upbeat Gemini energy, like crack jokes, speak fast, da, 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 for your reading. So you guys, I think, are feeling, you know, I think you guys, despite any hurdles you might have here, I think you guys, your energy is high. You're feeling good. My lions, you know, my little, not bear cubs, my little lion cubs out there. You guys might have done a lot of work during this Scorpio full moon transformation, sort of been digging deep, and getting the rest that you need as well to sort of be ready to tackle this new energy that we're moving into. All right, so you guys get hostilities. Ouch. Yeah, so I was picking up on fights and on arguments. Really, you know, take a look and see how much more of that do you want. The Nine of Wands, he's a wounded warrior. Is that what you want your life and your relationships to look like? Because Spirit's saying, you know, put yourself first. With the third chakra, Archangel Chamuel, this is all about your solar plexus chakra. This is your energy. This is about strength and will, setting boundaries, but doing what's right for you. And that might mean saying goodbye to somebody who's keeping secrets from you. It might be really paying attention to those red flags, because you don't want, you want, unless you thrive on arguing and hostilities, and healthy competition is one thing, but if somebody's picking a fight with you over petty stuff, Leo, it's time to get up and walk away. That's not the kind of life you want to lead, or at least, most of you don't. All right, financial constraints. Some of you might be in a union with somebody, or you might have even separated over finances. Finances affect our love relationships, our long-term relationships, more than you even know. And I'm sure you guys do know this. Financial constraints might have led to hostilities, and it's time for, one of you to boss up. But Leo, I don't feel like it's you. I feel like it's the person or the energy that you're dealing with. Okay, and then you get caring connections. Wow. So definitely, I feel like there's a caring connection that's worth fighting for some of you, because you get the 28 card, breaks down to a 10, which is about a big victory. Okay, there's one that, there may be a caring connection that's worth fighting for where you guys are in separation. For others of you, it's not. It's about turning your back on somebody who may have been taking advantage of you. Maybe they put you in a financial situation. Maybe you were helping them and they were taking advantage of you. Or maybe just you guys couldn't see eye to eye, or didn't have the same sort of financial goals or planning or whatever it was. And that created a lot of hostilities. And Spirit's asking you to stand your ground, because, a healthy, balanced, loving, caring relationship is definitely worth waiting for even. All right, so let's go ahead. And we do see here, the Four of Pentacles, needing to give in order to get. So you might have been with somebody who was really stingy with you, stingy with their love, their affection, their finances. Again, they might have been taking from you. Remember, you can always reverse the characters in any tarot reading. So I'm not suggesting that you were taking from someone, but take it how it resonates, you guys. Because sometimes without knowing it, somebody, if we don't realize how much stress, financial constraints are bringing someone, like you might not have realized that, there were intimacy issues because you or the other person was really stressed about their job or about money or being able to pay the bills. All right, so additional messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs from May 13th through June 25th. Okay, healing family issues. Yeah, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Yeah, again, and I'm going to even take the family out of it. I'm going to extend this to your soul tribe and to your loving relationships. There's something here that needs to be healed. Okay, again, you guys could have split up, or you could have had issues over finances or money. Could have just been that you guys were fighting a lot. You guys were going to know, because that Four of Wands, that's marriage. Hierophant in reverse is divorce, literally or figuratively. It could be a breakup. It could be that you're in separation, but there's some healing that needs to take place. Some of you, and especially we're supported with this full moon in Scorpio energy, and, we're in the, our sun is in Taurus right now, so it's like that everyday stuff, but we're really supported in healing. And healing things that go back. This Nine of Wands, somebody who's been through a lot in this time, in this lifetime, and in previous lifetimes. Some of you might have children with this person. Some of you, again, for some of you, this is about divorce, and this is about reconciliation. Okay, so you're going to have to let me know in the comment section, my dearest Leos. Okay, and you let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. Yeah, so remember I said, I just want to show you at the bottom of the deck. What was I talking about? Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. For some of you, it's worth waiting for a connection that's healthy and balanced, where there's not all of this fighting. Some of you might be leaving a situation where the person was overly controlling. And take a look at this. We have divine masculine, divine feminine, and a child. And how do I know? I feel like this person might have been holding finances over your head. Somebody who might have been controlling you. Maybe you felt like you couldn't leave until you were more financially independent. Maybe somebody, and if that's the case, if you're seeing those signs, you know, I'm seeing here like it's time to get out of that if somebody's controlling you. And then also see what your relationship is with control issues, because the Four of Pentacles, when it's in the upright, is somebody who's really holding on and they want to control their money. They don't want to, you know, it's not that they don't want to share it, but they're so worried about losing it that, you know, they need to control every second of it and what it's doing, and they're worried about taking any risks. And Spirit's asking you to take a risk here, Leo, okay, if that's you. All right, so I knew, it's so funny, I knew that we were going to get that worth waiting for card. All right, let's go ahead and see what additional messages we have for my dearest lions. My Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs from May 13th through June 25th. And you get healing, 21. Yeah, what did I say? What did I say to you guys? This is all about healing. You guys are supported in healing right now. Healing so then you can go on to have healthy relationships, or healing this relationship. Again, you need to trust your intuition on whether or not this is something that's worth reconciling, or is it worth waiting for somebody who's more balanced. If you're experiencing stress and you feel overwhelmed or suffering ailments in your body, or feel exhausted and depressed, it means that your body is trying to communicate with you. Your body wants you to start treating it in a more loving manner and listening to the messages it's sending you. You need to become conscious of the areas in your life that you are avoiding or suppressing. Healing takes time. It's a process. Your first step towards healing is to create a safe, loving, supportive environment where you can listen to your inner wisdom. Okay, so I'm reading, this is the Healing Yourself reading cards by Ina Segal, if any of you guys are interested. All right, so there's something here, healing. For some of you, I did get, and I have to say it, and it's not really pleasant, but while I was reading healing, I really got a message from Spirit. Some of you might need to create a healing environment for you and your children, and that means getting out of a certain situation, okay? And looking for help, or trying, you know, I don't know if you can, you know, how you can take time off from a situation like that to give yourself that fertile environment to heal, okay? And if any of you are living, I know it's not as easy now, especially with the COVID-19, but, you know, it's also, I'm getting a message for some of you, if you're sharing space with this person, that you really want to get out of that space or that unhealthy environment, okay? It's kind of somber energy I just picked up on for some of you, my dear Leos out there. Not all of you, though. I mean, not all of you. Okay, but if you're in a hostile environment, you know, and you might feel like you can't leave because of finances, you know, Spirit's telling me, and especially with this card, with these angels around here, there are people who support you. There are resources out there. You just have to, you know, you have to be able to stop focusing so much on, look, she's focusing on something else. Like, she doesn't see these angels. She doesn't see the support that she has around her. Okay, so whether that's friends or family, okay. All right, final messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs from May 13th through June 25th. We're going to take this one and that one. All right, Leo, here are your messages. Power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. Yep, I was picking up on that. All right, and secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. Yeah, and I was also picking up on that too. There are people around you that support you that you don't realize. There may be somebody who's actually secretly in love with you, okay? So it's up to you. Remember, you have the High Priestess blocking you. Could be a Pisces person, okay? Or it could be a water sign here, that somebody's that's going to come in and say, hey, you know, I've been watching you, but not in a creepy stalker way. But, you know, I've wanted to ask you out, but I wanted to wait until you were single or until you were away from this energy or what have you. So I see some really good things. I see some heavy things in here as well for some of my Leos, not for all of you. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay. But I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I have. Again, I want to thank you guys for rocking it this month with my Scorpio full moon readings. being the highest viewers. I just, it means the world to me. So thank you. Have an absolutely beautiful day. Take care.